Welcome to Unfiltered Discussions. You got Nash in the building.
Got Ash in the building.
So, Ash, what do you have for us today?
We're going to talk about people not knowing their place. Not knowing where they stand at when it comes to certain situations, meaning boundaries. Because a lot of people lack boundaries, and people need to learn boundaries. And boundaries fall in all different categories, as far as intimate boundaries, relationship, it's within a relationship, time boundaries, people lack those, material boundaries. It can fall into different things. And I would like to start by stating that, you have a lot of people that will sit around and get around other people, men, and not know their place. Have some respect about yourself. Why would you get around somebody else's man and flown around, toot your behind up, and all of that, looking for attention that the man ain't even got for you? Like, what's happening here? Like, you looking for, you barking up the wrong trees. Like, people, there's a lot of women out here that don't know their place. I mean, and the men too. Some of them don't know, but you have women that feel like they thrive off feeling like they're in competition with somebody's significant other. Like, you trying to be in competition with this woman, and his eyes is on her. Like, you think you doing something sharp. I think that you gonna flaunt around and show your body and things and your assets and all this stuff, and you thinking that's okay. Like, and that's why some people don't want certain people around their men. Not saying that they're insecure or anything, but it's like, why invite somebody there and you don't have respect for yourself? You get around other people, men, and it's an all-out war. It's like, what's happening here?
Yeah, that's a lot. Wow.
Like, I be confused.
No, I don't. It's distasteful at the end of the day, right? Because it's one thing to be in a room full of people, and yes, a lot of people are attractive, right? Absolutely. We all has eyes, right? So we can clearly see if someone is nice looking or if they ain't, right? But then that's when the boundaries come in, because at the end of the day, I don't care how pretty I am, I don't care how well dressed I'm coming to an event, I'm not looking for your man. I don't want your man, right? At all. Now, not to say that your man won't look at me, I mean, because it happens all the time, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm not flattered by it. You're a disrespectful clown. Okay? It's one thing to glance at me, but to constantly watch me, then now you're crossing, like, you're disrespecting who you with, right? You're letting me know that it's cracks in who you are as an individual. I'm not talking about, I don't care if your significant other is not as cute as I am, or not as well dressed as I am. It had nothing to do with her, right? It has everything to do with you at the end of the day. And I don't know. For me, that don't make me feel like, oh yeah, I'm the one, or oh yeah, I'm the prettiest one. It don't make me feel like that at all.
No.
It makes me know that she's dealing with a damn clown, okay? A straight clown, because again, yes, we all have eyes. Yes, we all can see if someone's attractive. That's one thing to say about, that's a nice looking guy in my head, right? I don't have to vocalize it, or that's she a pretty woman, okay? You know what I mean? And everybody has a type, right? And we all know our significant other types, right? And some people don't have a goddamn type. They want attention from anybody that give it to them. And it's like, whoa, even from that person?
Like, wow.
You would take that and think that, like, it make your head that big? Any kind of compliment, any kind of, oh my God, you look good, baby girl. First of all, I'm not your damn baby girl. Move along, old man. Right? Because that's how old people speak to you, right? But no, like, as far as people in competition with other people's spouses and things, and it's like, make it make sense. Do you hear that? How can you be in competition with what's already allegedly mine? Like, I don't get that. And my thing is this: if you feel like you get them, take them.
Yeah,
take them. And if that's the rule of the road that somebody chooses to go, by all means, go that way, right? But it's extremely important to know those kind of people, because some people don't have no loyalty. Some people are just straight out, flat out whores. Some men are desperate. I mean, and it just is what it is. It's like, we all know what's appropriate at an event and what's not. I would never, if you invite me over to your home and your spouse, okay, that I know is together, live together, whether you're married or not, I'm not coming there with my coochie cutters on. That's having freedom to dress how I feel, but I respect myself first, and I'm not going to. Men are visual creatures at the end of the day, regardless of how you slice and dice it. I'm not going to show up like that at your event, at your home. It's disrespectful. It's distasteful. You know what I mean? It's saying I'm looking for something, and I actually, I'm really not looking for anything. But as for myself, I'm not going to show up like that. Period. I don't want to bend over getting this potato salad and my ass cheeks is hanging out. Okay? I don't want to bend over in a cooler to get a water and your husband seeing everything I got going on. Or anybody else's mate at the event, to be quite honest. But some people don't care. They want any kind of attention regardless of what. But I just feel like everybody's supposed to have boundaries in their life because your boundaries show people how to deal with you and how to treat you. At the end of the day, like, I don't like people, if you're not my man, back up out my personal space. I'm talking about when it comes down to a man. Back up out my personal space. You have no business that close in my personal space. I'm not talking having casual conversation and there's a mutual back and forth thing. I mean when you're overstepping. It's one thing to tell me I'm cool about that. Oh, you smell nice, thank you. But when you start pressing the gas even further, now we have an issue. Okay, because you let me know that you don't know your place. And I already accepted one compliment. I'm not looking for a million. No. I'm not flattered, dude. I'm not. Like, I literally been hearing the same stuff. I'm like, oh, you're a pretty girl. I like your eyes. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Thank you. I'm not snobbing nothing. Thank you. I'll say thank you all day long. Thank you. But I don't need a million of them from you.
Yeah, because now you're trying to check my temperature.
Yeah, the only person that I want all that from is my guy. He can tell you whatever all day long and I'm eating it up, okay? Like it's my favorite snack. But as far as no real talk.
But that's the truth, you know.
As far as another man, like I don't take it as you trying to come with, get at me. If you say, oh, you're beautiful, oh, thank you. And you leave it there, I'm cool with that.
Right.
We can rock, we good. But if you say that and then you're further pushing it, I'm good.
Now you're looking for something that
I ain't got it.
I ain't got it to give. I looked around and it's like, what's happening here? I'm confused.
And enough is enough. And then, you go places and then a woman, like it's women that's intimidated by me. And it's like, dude, what's up? Like, I don't have no issue speaking to people. I speak to people. You know what I mean? You should be mad at your man or your husband or whoever it is that you're with. Like, I'm not doing anything to entice this man. I'm not in his face. I don't play that. That's first of all. I'm respectful at the end of the day. You're not going to see me all up in somebody's man face. Excuse me? I speak out of respect and I keep it pushing. Yeah. That's it. Now, we have a little
conversation,
cool, but it's stuff that's, base stuff. It's not no... You get women that get around men and want to talk about sex. It's like, what you want them to know what you get down in the bedroom doing? I'm a tad bit confused.
First of all, you presenting that as if you're impressing him so he could look around and say, well, damn, I want...
Let me spark his interest real quick.
Exactly, and it ain't given. Now, you got another thing where people will see or feel like there's a crack in your foundation in your relationship, right?
Absolutely. Well, they test it.
That's what I'm saying. They'll sit there and they'll try to test it. And it's like, regardless of how effed up it might be in their relationship or whatever is going on, who are you? Who are you to think that you're
why would you want it, though?
Why would you want to play games like that?
Why would you want it? I don't care if I feel like your significant other, it could be a better looking person or carry themselves better or dress themselves up better. That's your choice. You choose to deal with that person.
It ain't my problem.
Goddamn, like, that's on you. So I'm not going to come in like, oh, I can be better. I can do better. Oh, or you hear people that hear something that's going on. Oh, she barely cook, or, she don't clean like that. And then a person that starts to try to become this person for somebody else's man. But they doing all they can put, but did they leave yet, though?
They ain't left.
But did they leave yet?
No, they didn't.
Oh, okay.
But see, this is my thing. People will. That says a lot about you at the end, about your character. So for me, like, I'm not playing those type of games at the end of the day. You got somebody at the end of the day. That says a lot about your character and what's happening with you when you're seeking other things, but you got one foot out and one foot in. at the end of the day. You know what you're dealing with, but you choose to continue to deal with it. And then you have people that want to sit here and try to test the waters out on the outskirts. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then you find people find themselves looking crazy at the end of the day when you think.
Absolutely, but that goes along with knowing your worth. Right?
Exactly.
Yes, you have to know your worth.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm, you know, so, you know, people hear you looking crazy at the end of the day, and it's like, I'm too thorough for that. I don't play them type of games. I know who I am at the end of the day. I don't play them type of games, because if somebody wanted somebody and had respect for that individual, deal with your situation and
then get at me.
And then get at me. That part. But see, a lot of people don't know that. They think because they're getting a little attention from somebody that's taking, it's cool. No, it ain't cool at all. On so many levels.
I don't secret, right?
Yeah, I ain't digging it. I need to be front and center. You feel me? I don't play them type of games.
But you have a lot of women and men that don't know they worth.
No, they don't.
And I really don't know what people would be measuring certain things by. Oh, like I always laugh when people are like, oh, they double back, and it's like, yeah, but what did they double back to? What are they presenting you with when they double back, right? Are they like free and y'all able to see where y'all messed up and y'all able to get it right this time around? Or are they doubling back and already in a situation and you just convenient at the
that
time?
Part.
You know what I mean? And people often believe that, oh, because we had relations prior to in the past that we're resuming.
No.
The price went up, my G. Like,
not happening.
I'm not dealing with you on that level. Like, and it's funny because when you look back at past relationships and you gotta laugh at times.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because all I've been is stuff that be like, what the fuck? What was I thinking?
Why is it
you know what I mean? But it served its purpose because, again, it was connecting dots for what it was supposed to be. So that's why I always just laugh. All you can do is laugh. You can't even down a person, right? Because you dealt with the individual. But it's a learning experience, right?
Absolutely.
It was a very teachable moment. And that's just what you got to take it for. But as far as boundaries go, a lot of people don't even know what they are. They don't even know how to set them up.
No. Those set of rules that you make for yourself to protect yourself, and that's the thing.
Yeah, and most people will be like, what do I need a boundary for? Because you do. Like, and you got to do that disclaimer out there because if I didn't throw this out and you, okay, so if I do throw this out and you continue to do it, now you're done. Because I've already told you I don't like that. I already told you don't do that, right? I already said I'm not comfortable with that, okay?
Absolutely.
I've told you. I've been vocal about it. I told you straight from the rip, okay? Because oftentimes, no, boundaries don't have to be on display, right? But once an individual has certain behaviors, then you should throw it out there. Especially if you feel like, oh, this is going to be an issue in the near future. And I don't want those signals to get crossed. And it may be somebody that you really love and respect, but you still have to put those boundaries right there. When you start seeing them go outside of the lines with certain things, right? And then that's what creates disrespect. That creates dysfunction, confusion, and it's like, but I've been doing it for so long. What's the issue now? And that's where a lot of people mess up at.
Yes.
You be okay in accepting the things that you're not okay with.
And that's not okay to be accepting the things that you're not okay with.
No, you gotta address it immediately, and that's the only thing I respect. I'm a straight shooter. Like, I'm not gonna have an issue because I'm gonna react immediately.
Excuse me, what happened?
You know what I mean? Like, and then not in the way that I'm trying to understand, unless you're on a level where you're trying to play with me, and it's like,
over the top.
Well, what we doing here? Because let me know, because I'm under the impression we on this type of time, but if this is where you at with it, here I come, right? But then again, as you grow and evolve as an individual, there comes still gonna even indulgent. You just cut it straight. I'm good off these type of people, right?
That part.
Yeah.
And you know what's so crazy though? When it comes to boundaries, at the end of the day, it comes with some accountability at the end of the day. Because a lot of the times you think about, oh, it sounds good at the time or whatever, and then you take a step back and look at yourself. I'm like, hold on, I'm definitely tripping like a motherfucker. Like, hold on, Paul, let me put the brakes on this shit because it ain't giving what it's supposed to give, right? So a lot of the times you have to look at yourself in a situation too and see
You always
why.
gotta look at yourself.
Exactly, and see why those different boundaries are being crossed, or why a person can think they can play with you on those levels. So once you lay that shit out there and like, look, this is what it is, this is what it ain't giving that, then keep it pushing.
Yeah, but then you have the people that's always going to test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of, because sometimes they're not even playing with you. They just that's just who they are, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So they're just testing anybody. They go, oh, let me see who's gonna let me get away with this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. And once they read you and see what's what, and once you're vocal about it, oh, no, I ain't gonna play with her like that. No, I'm gonna handle her differently, right? They know, like I demand respect. I don't care who you are, because I come to you respectful. I'm gonna treat you with respect. Period. Like I don't think that it's cool to just go around just being flat out nasty and disrespectful to people.
It's
Who
not
does
cool.
that, right? I mean, really, what do you gain by things like that? Like nothing.
Nothing at all.
At least I don't feel like you gain anything. Either it's going to end in a physical altercation or verbal disrespect.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Or I'm straight cutting you off. Either whatever it requires. But why when you're damn near 40 years old, who feels like that?
No.
But I see older people that's miserable, right?
Oh yeah.
And then you try to wrap your mind around it, but you know what you say to yourself? I never want to be like that.
Nope.
I would never want to be this age and act like that.
You're too old for that, and I don't care about what nobody's saying. You're too old to sit around here and not be handling things. Just be handling people with grace instead of handling people in all these different kind of ways. And it's like, who are you? That's where the accountability goes at. You never took accountability for things. You don't know how to take accountability. And they say like a lot of older people are set in their ways. And from experience, yeah, I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that's everybody, but
they set in their ways. But then look at the flip side of the coin. They don't deal with other people like that. You understand that? Because so they know who to deal with like that, who not to deal with like that. So that's a problem.
And they got boundaries with who they want to have boundaries with, because they know who and who not to deal with on those levels at the end of the day. Now, you could go to another thing where it comes to intellectual boundaries. You got people that don't have boundaries when it comes to that. That you have people that's talking down on somebody, demeaning them, talking down on their education, and all types of stuff, you know, and respect people intellectually. You know what I'm saying? Some people may not know everything.
And that's okay.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
You know,
for people to be honest and say, I don't know that.
I don't know
but
that.
Guess what? If you're an intelligent individual, you can pick up on who you're talking to at the end of the day, right? So why try to? It's one thing to like try to get them to like elevate their vocabulary and their outlook on things, right? All day long, but it's levels to that stuff, right? You don't go in straight from the rip on some stuff that you know they can't relate to.
Oh, you don't know how to speak, or you don't talk to people on those levels.
You don't do that. And it's all it takes is a little correction. Oh no, you say it like this. You know what I mean? Or this mean that.
Absolutely.
And there's no judgment. This is a judgment-free zone because everybody was in a space one time in their life where they may have not known something, right? But that's why I always tell people you have to educate yourself at the end of the day, because right now I can stand in any room I want to stand in, right? I'm not going to pretend to be like I'm a doctor and I know all medical terms. Yes, I know some things, right? I know I can stand in a room about certain stuff because I'm always open to different things at the end of the day. And I might read up on something. I might listen to a conversation. Even on the radio, I don't listen to the same like musical stuff on the radio. Like I listen to informative things because I'm like, oh wow, I didn't even know that. Oh okay, you know what I mean? Just to stay sharp, right? You always gotta have your tools sharpened because you never know what you're gonna encounter at the end of the day. And I never want a person because I say, oh no, can you tell me more about that? Oh okay, no, I never heard of that. What is that? And I can do that all day long. I'm not afraid to say if I don't know anything.
Because it's going to show. When you don't know something and you pretend, it always shows. So then people are looking at you like, you crazy or something because you're pretending at the end of the day. And the last thing I want to feel like is an idiot because I'm pretending to know something. If I don't know something, excuse me, what do that mean? Oh, I don't understand what you're saying. Could you explain that a little further? Because I hear you, but I'm really trying to grasp the understanding of it. Or whatever, however you present it to the person, it's okay to say that. Somebody told me that a long time ago. Like you
question
cannot.
is a dumb question at the end of the day.
No.
But people tend to make people feel like they dumb if they ask something. You even see it amongst children. Children won't raise their hand in classrooms because their peers would, look down on them, call them slow, whatever it is that. And then you turn around, they don't know anything.
They don't make
That's their defense mechanism because if they like, at least he or she had enough heart to say it, but I don't. So I'm gonna make fun of them because if they did something that I wish that I can do. That's why it's important as a parent, even if you don't have children, to speak life into kids and just basically let them know that it's okay to be able to ask questions or and then people say, oh, that kid is annoying. No, that kid is inquisitive.
I know my ass was annoying because I used to ask a lot of questions.
You know what I mean? I used to read the newspaper in sections just because I wanted my vocabulary to be extensive, right? I used any type of educational competition. Math was my thing. I would get math awards and things. Whatever I can do, I even was into art. Like whatever I can do, geography, I got whatever I can do. I always felt like it was me against me, and I wanted to be the best that I could be in whatever that I do at the end of the day. And that's why I just feel like if you pour that into your kids, you know what I mean? Or some people are just born like that. I think I was just born like that, right? I can't whether or not say my parents poured it into me. I won't say a lie and say that, right? But what I wanted for me at the end of the day, you know what I mean? That's just what it was, and I'm still like that to this day. Whatever I seek to do, I'm going to accomplish it because I just feel like once I enter this mind of mine, I gotta exit off my list. Like literally, like it's crazy from a hair color to dang, I should take up that course, or dang, I should. It just gotta be done, right? And that's just what it is. So never limit yourself. People put, and that's another boundary too. Oh, I can't do that. I'm gonna stay in this box. You're boxing yourself in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And a lot of people box themselves in based on other people's opinions and attitudes about certain things and their certain beliefs on different things. And
absolutely,
I'm an individual where I'm free spirited and I allow people to be who they are. I don't care what you got going on. I respect what you got going on. I don't sit here and judge nobody for what they want to be, or they might want to be this person one day. They might want to be this or that. That's what they choose to do. You got people that sit around and say, "Oh, she doing that. Oh, why did she do this? Oh, why is this person doing that? Worshiping this or and another thing, a lot of people are very judgmental on is religion. They sit around here and they point judgment and they point fingers about things that they have no idea of. They're assuming, they and it's not cool, especially when people, if the day of tomorrow I say, oh, I want to be Islamic. Who are you to judge me? Who are you to sit here and tell me what I can and can't do, pretending to what my religious views are or beliefs are at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? So you have a lot of people that are judging, even down to take, the garbs, all that kind of stuff. Like they have an outlook on certain things. Like why are you worrying about it? People are human at the end of the day, and that's just what it is. They're human beings. Yeah. Stop trying to make it as if people are less human based on what they believe in and what they, look at. I don't like stuff like that. And another thing is time boundaries too. People have very real issues with time boundaries at the end of the day. For instance, you might be having a party or whatever, and you had like a little get together, and people don't know when to leave. They don't know when to go. They don't know when to go.
Not know when to go home.
You can sit here and give out 15 million clues as to why the thing is over or is done with, and they still sitting around. Sitting around.
I'm hollering. I'm sitting around.
They don't know when to go. Or you might, somebody might say, oh, can I stay with you for like a week? Then week turn into what, 2, a month, 3 months? Oh, I thought you was only staying for a week. What happened? I'm confused. When are you leaving?
Yeah, and see, that's why things have to be laid out from the beginning, and right, because that way people don't feel like, oh, I'm the bad guy because now what I'm throwing you out, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
I'm the bad guy because I like my personal space, right? But it's a difference because we all fall on hard times, right? So if you come into me
Absolutely.
and you're in a bond, or I'm first of all, if I can seek out that you're in a tough spot, and if I can be of assistance to you, then I'll do so, right? But certain people you can't even help. Certain people you can't. I mean, because especially if it's a pattern,
And you know that
you know what I
individual?
mean? Like, and it's just like I'm not willing to sabotage or tank whatever we have going on. I would like to help you, but I can help you with resources. I can't help you with opening up my doors because then whatever little bit we got going on is gonna be done. Because if you cross me or if you think you coming up in here doing things you shouldn't be doing up in here, then we're going to have an issue, right? And I don't feel like the headache. So I'm not even going to do it. I'm not going to do it because that's why I always stress the fact of knowing who you're surrounded by.
Yeah.
You got to know these people. I'm sorry, you got to study them like they're a goddamn exam.
You got
to know these people. That way, you're not surprised. You can know, oh, you know what, this person I could, I'm gonna call on her for that because I know that can be done. Oh, you know that one over there, yeah, she good on the promoting side of things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or this one over here, nah, she good to go. She could watch your kids, but that one over there, girl, you come home and have DHS at your door. You know what I mean? Like, so you just have to know who you're surrounded by,
Absolutely.
and you gotta be able. When people be like, listen, I put my life on that. I know for a fact. And all the time you can't always be for certain, but you gotta have some level of certainty when you're in close net with people on a daily basis. You gotta be like, I know I can stand on that. I know for a fact this person won't do X, Y, and Z, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't know, they can't even say that about people they're surrounded by. They can't even, they be like, nah, no, we good. But then you see the cracks, right?
Yeah. And then people don't follow. It's like it's okay to say no, especially based off of you knowing who you're dealing with. Like you're saying, right? People will assert themselves in ways that they should not be. They cross things, and you be like, hold on, I ain't doing that. You gotta be dead on with that type of stuff. When people think they assert themselves, or they sit there and assume that they can do that. Oh well, won't you let such and such? Excuse me, who are you to volunteer my services? What's happening here? On the levels that's definitely crossing boundaries and inviting people into your home and certain things of that nature, like, oh, won't you let such and such that? Excuse me, why did you think that was okay? I don't think so.
Absolutely, especially if it's something you personally don't want to deal with,
Yeah,
but you're
not playing.
on me. But yeah, no. I mean, boundaries are important to have in the workplace as well.
Oh, that part?
Yeah, extremely important to be assertive in a workplace
Yes.
because I'm here as a professional. We're not on personal time. I don't care. Yes, you might feel like my work family, but this is a professional setting, and if you cross the boundary I don't like, then you'll get the personal me, right? And I don't want to show up like that at the workplace, right? So I'm very very cautious about like dealings, to say the least. I show up nice and I pick up energy. You don't speak to me, I don't speak to you, and there's no sweat off my back. I don't know you, right? But real talk,
Yeah.
real talk, because I'm gonna always be who I am, right? I can adapt to any environment that I'm in, but the core person of who I am is always going to be who I am. I'm not looking. I'm not an ass kisser. I'm not a brown noser. I'm not looking to make friends. I'm not looking for anything. I'm looking to do my job and rule.
That part.
Now, if I come in the workplace and I happen to, be cool with people, that's fine. And there's a limit to that as well. It's that's the boundary that is in place without it's invisible. Without even me having to state
I'm keeping it cordial.
It's very invisible. And that's cool because then that's when you start seeing your business flow around the office. I mean, I'm speaking in general. This is not a personal thing. Yeah, you see business flowing around the office. You see people overstepping. They're speaking to you in ways, and Wait,
on.
what's going on here?
I'm looking around. Well, wait, what just happened? I'm confused.
Yeah, and then now my livelihood is on the line if I place my fingertips upon you, right?
But see,
Now I'm in trouble,
that part.
right? Because then I forgot that I'm in a professional setting. But that's why that boundary has to be in place because people think, oh, these my friends. How the hell are they your friends?
You just met
You
them.
don't? Do you go to their house for dinner?
No.
Are they you invited to their birthday parties? Are you invited? Yes, you do have some people you meet at your job and you get cool with. They become like family. You know what I mean? And that's not a bad thing. But for the queen, I just prefer to have everything separate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. Like, this is work and this is my personal life. You understand? And it's just that. And it's very personal. Because you know what I say? It's not personal, it's very personal. And that's the boundary. That's an invisible boundary that I would stand on all day long. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, no.
And then it's sad because in the workplace, people that are so willing to tell their business and sit around here and do all this gossipy stuff and all this other stuff around the workplace, and then, well, I'm the type of individual like I like to really, I'm really a loner, and when I'm doing my thing, I'm to myself. It's nothing personal, and you have some people that are taking things personal that they should not be taking personal based on how you are and how you carry and stuff. Yeah, I'm cordial. I don't have to he and ha and be a hyena up in your face all day.
Not the hyena.
I don't have to do all of that. So a lot of people don't know how to take you. And from personal experience, and it's like it's nothing personal. Like what's good? Like what are you looking for that I ain't got? I don't have it to give. I don't have the energy to sit around and be fake. If I'm not dealing with you, I'm not dealing with you on those levels. If it ain't about work, then that's just what it is. I'm dealing with you according to work. I'm being cordial. I'm not being disrespectful or anything like that. I'm not dealing with you. You're not my cup of tea. I'm not dealing with you on those levels, and that's just what it is. And you have people that'll stir up this unknown, this fake beef. I'm gonna say that, some fake beef, and you be like, "Well, what happened? I don't even know what's happening here. I'm confused. What's going on?"
That's wow.
You have people that are crazy in the workplaces. You know.
I mean, absolutely. It's all mental health and workplaces.
It's mental health awareness for sure.
Yeah.
Not coming at nobody with mental health, but you have a lot of that floating around on the levels of. Like, are you, like, really?
And that's the boundary piece that's missing. Some people don't separate what they have going on at home. It spills over to their work.
They bring it to the workplace.
You know what I mean? They may have had a bad morning and now they're coming and being nasty to people. And then once they come down off of that, then they got to come apologize. And it's up to me whether I accept it or not.
And I don't want you to keep apologizing. No, I'm sorry. It's unwarranted.
I mean, I've never experienced it. Have I witnessed things like this? Absolutely. But again, you guys to be able to create boundaries and no matter what setting you're in, right? Yeah. And like I said, I don't have to speak them out. They're visible already. I'm in control. I have to take accountability for what I choose to indulge in, what I choose to say, and what I allow you to say to me or do to me, right? Because I'm not letting you say or do anything anyway, but I'm just saying if. And then the boundaries will be pulled out to you.
And yeah. And you cross.
Let me speak to you for a second.
Excuse me. I'm gonna pull one of these.
You know, and I don't. And there's a way that you can understand where I'm coming from. I'm not going to be nasty about it. I'm stern in what I'm saying, so you can really grasp what I'm saying right in this moment. It's nothing because again, I'm not going around town like I'm trying to fight anybody. Absolutely not. No. I want you to understand that what you've done, don't let that happen again. Okay? Because then we're going to have an issue, right? Right? And I'm explaining to you the why behind what you've done, and because I don't like that. You know, and it's just simple things. Communication is everything. Communication is everything, and if you are able to communicate and articulate yourself that people can understand you, you're in a win-win situation. And if you still choose not to grasp what I'm telling you, it's a simple process, removal. Goodbye. It's not that deep. Things could be so simple, but people make them so hard.
They do.
They do. It's just Simple
It's
things.
things that is just like unnecessary at the end of the day. And then another thing is,
Yeah.
I see a lot of adults not really teaching their children boundaries. And what I mean by boundaries is that you might have a little kid that really, like, kids need to know what their boundaries are as well.
Absolutely.
And I've seen a lot of adults sit around here and be like, oh, go ahead and give her a hug. If she don't want to give that person a hug, it's okay.
Yes.
That way that child knows to have their set of boundaries for themselves. Oh, give such and such a kiss. Go over there. Make sure you no.
Yes.
It's okay for your child not to want to hug somebody. It's okay. You don't force that on somebody. It's a difference between saying, oh, speak when spoken to, or speak and come into a room. That's called respect. That's something different.
Absolutely.
But for you to enforce certain things on a child is not cool. That way a child can determine whether it's a good touch or a bad touch. That's why they have this certain boundary things, set up, because a lot of children don't know their boundaries when it comes to certain things,
But mommy said that she was supposed to hug me. Mommy said that I was supposed to allow you to do such and such. No, mommy's a damn airhead.
That wasn't cool. And if my child don't want to touch on you or hug you, it's okay.
And then who wants to beg a kid for a hug? Get on now.
What's wrong with people?
I ain't looking for.
Or they forcing.
Get on now.
Give her a hug. What?
Stop crying. Maybe they feel an energy your dumb stuff can't pick up. I don't really know there.
And I had to tell, and as an adult, I don't, certain people, I'm just not playing with you on those levels. And I'll kindly go, stay within arm's reach, and I'll kindly go,
girl, you know all I could do is
don't you do it, because you have people that'll come up to you and think they're gonna hug you, and then in turn kiss you on the cheek. I don't think so. It's not given that. Oh, you're mean, or you're this, or you're that. No, it's my personal boundary, and I don't want you in my personal space on those levels. I'm not playing like that.
Been like that.
Stay. Yeah.
That's why COVID ain't having a chance with
Oh
you.
yeah, stay within. Even at the supermarket, excuse me, the line ain't going nowhere.
Now that I don't like that.
I never liked it.
Regardless if it's COVID or not, back up a little bit.
I never liked it.
Back away from me just a teensy bit, because I'm not in nobody's personal space. It's just, you gotta be mindful about a lot of things.
Absolutely.
Some people have PTSD. Some people are triggered in ways that you don't even know what they've been through. And it's just like, who wants to be up on somebody? God damn. Can I put my... Literally, I'm trying to pay. You're over. Are you looking at my pen number, dude? What's happening?
It's funny that you say that.
No, serious. Because then I look over, I give you a look. Excuse me, I'm trying to put my information in here.
I got into an argument because of that. I got into a big argument. I was pregnant at the time, and the lady just kept going back and forth, looking at the screen, walking back and forth, looking back and forth. I had to look around and say, excuse me, are you okay? Because now you all up in my personal space, number one. Number two, if you don't like that I'm paying with my items with WIC. Yes, I was getting WIC at the time. Go to another line. Are you okay? I mean, literally, come on now. If I now just be disrespectful. Like,
some people, but then again, that's when I say it's mental illness. And
yeah.
A lot of things is not even personal,
Yeah.
But again, you have to pull out, which is already a visible boundary, but now they have to bring it to the light.
Yeah, I had to.
Because I don't want you on my back. I'm trying to put my pen in. But if you got old boy in the parking lot ready to knock me in my damn head, get a pen is Yep, she on the blue shirt. She coming out right now.
Like, what's happening here?
You know what I mean? But it's just that. Like, it's just certain things you just have to be aware of, right? And you got it. Everybody got their own boundaries. Some people don't feel like boundaries need to exist. And that's personally up to you at the end of the day. It would eliminate a lot of things, right?
It definitely
really would eliminate a lot of things. And people could say, oh, she real short, not me per se, but I'm just saying, in certain situations, oh yeah, she not with that. Oh no, she wouldn't. No, I don't even ask her that because she's not going to do that. Good, I'm glad that you're informed.
I'm glad, so I ain't got to worry.
That I don't have to have an unnecessary conversation because it's not happening. And then don't get it twisted. Can certain things be bended just slightly, depending on what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, because it's not like everything is like military style. No, I'm not saying that. Certain things, like Some people have a boundary with who they let in their home. Some people have, you know what I mean? And if something drastic is going on, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, don't come in here. You know what I mean? Like, it just depends. Like, it depends on the circumstances.
That part. But you know,
that's just what it is.
A lot of people have a problem with, and I'm going to say this because people act like they can't understand this. So when a person says that they want their shoes off in their home, respect it.
Yes,
take off your shoes.
Even a worker coming through, excuse me, don't walk in my house like that. This is my comfort. I don't want my freaking stuff. I don't want the outside shoes in here, dude.
Yeah.
I don't have to have an infant crawling around. It's my personal right. I said no.
Yeah, I don't want
I have a runner right there for a reason. I have a shoe rack when you walk in for a reason. Put your dirty shoes over there. I don't give a damn if they came out the box. You walked outside already. It's my right. And yes, it doesn't have to be an Islamic home, but it's my home.
That part.
Right? And some people don't even respect that. You could clearly see this is an Islamic home. Why are you doing that?
Take your shoes off.
Well, now you're being disrespectful. I even have a sign right there.
Take the shoes off. Or if you feel as though you know you're going to somebody's house, bring you the footies with the grips on the bottom.
Yeah.
Like really.
Even that could be provided. A basket with socks, whatever you choose to have.
Yeah.
It don't really matter to me. But yes,
that's one of the boundaries that people tend to cross on a regular basis.
Yeah. I don't like to take my shoes off. I don't give a daggone what you like to do at your house. That's why things are the way they are. This is my house. I want to go.
And they think that because you have a set of rules set up for yourself is that you're being a bitch or you're being stuck up or you're being a certain way. No, this is just my preference at the end of the day. This is what I prefer. You know, and I'm pretty sure you have your set of rules at your house as well. So respect what I have going on, you know. And then another thing as far as boundaries go, especially when you have females that may walk down the street or whatever and you have 50 million men walking around. Some men fail to realize that's a form of sexual harassment when you're sitting up here looking at a woman intensely like you want to take their clothes off of them, and then you're screaming out certain things that is unnecessary to even say in the first place.
Yeah,
like, why are you?
A lot of men struggling at the part.
Yeah, why are you saying that? That's a form of sexual harassment.
Oh, absolutely.
Regardless of what setting it's in, because of course in the workplace, of course that's the automatic sexual harassment.
They know HR.
That part. So it doesn't matter what setting it's in, it's a sexual boundary, you know, and it's not cool. And then when a female chooses to ignore and not engage in it now.
A lot of women got killed like that.
Uh-huh.
A lot of women got killed like that.
Yeah.
Over rejection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you don't want to engage in it and now I'm a bitch. Oh, F you. You must don't. Somebody said you must don't know who the F I am, and it's like
nobody.
I don't know who you are.
A desperate person.
I ignore it for a reason because I don't want to sit here and come off nasty to you when my silence should say enough, right? You have been she got a fit, and it's loud. You're being disrespectful, and there's some woman that's not even dressed, and regardless of how a woman is dressed, let's just be clear. It doesn't invite you to sit up here and speak on their assets or their body parts or whatever they got going on. And then you have some woman that's not even dressed like that, and here it is, you peeking around and looking up and down and around. It's uncomfortable and it's not cool.
Could you imagine dealing with that type of man? That would gross me out. I'm good, dude.
Excuse me, I don't even know.
Everything entices you. I mean,
you're embarrassing.
Everything.
You're embarrassing.
It could be a person that's just flat out nasty looking, and you're excited about it. Like, I'm scared of you.
And I've court men do that, and I'm looking at them like, wow.
And I don't know. That's where a lot of men get it wrong at. That's why a lot of men are incarcerated for those kind of things.
Those kind of behaviors.
Absolutely. Then you got to think: are you a pedophile?
Yeah,
you got to look at those kind of people around your children as well.
Absolutely.
Because if you're chasing down, but then again, you got some of those men. That's a facade. Because they covering up what's really going on with them.
Absolutely.
You know, and I don't like to speak about things like that, but you get.
But y'all get the picture as to what is being said under the message. But,
and it's nothing wrong with that, living your truth. I don't really care what you do, but don't come at every woman at the. Hey, you. Oh, you alright over there, buddy? Like,
can't be.
I know you don't want everything that walk past you. And everything moving.
And then when a woman walk away and you can't barely see the woman no more, then you catch the man like this. Like, I mean, really. I mean, honestly. Wait. or the men that sit there and think that instead of opening your mouth and saying, "Excuse me, I don't need you touching. I don't need you touching the small of my back. I don't need you."
That to me.
This is why when I used to go to the club, I used to have that elbow locked. So when you think you brushing up against me, back the ball for me. I don't like all of that.
You know, I thought we was gonna get into a lot of fights at the club.
I don't like that. I mean, and they purposely get all up. Back up. Are you dumb?
It's the bottom of the back for me. I don't like that. It's just tell me, excuse me, and I'll move.
I don't need you doing all of this.
I don't like my man. I feel like only my man can touch me.
Only.
I don't like stuff like that. It's disrespectful. It's I feel violated. I don't give a damn. They didn't pull my clothes up, but you touch me in ways that's unnecessary. Just ask me, excuse me, and I would gladly move out of your way. And I mean that whole.
And these are people that are taken at the end of the day. And I don't care if you, I don't care if you was taken, married, whatever you was, but you have people that like you don't know your place, and then the fact that your significant other don't know their place. You getting on other people because your man or significant other don't know their place. Yeah. You need to be checking your significant other on
because
their.
Because you got a woman that's loosey-goosey like that too.
Yes. Y'all should be.
All throwing themselves over a man.
Oh, excuse me.
Sit
no.
Down, girl. Sit
no.
Down, please.
You need to be checking your significant other on these certain things. And I'm pretty sure if everybody else in the room is seeing it, I'm pretty sure you're seeing it at the end of the day. Yeah. So this is where you need to have a conversation with your significant other and put a quote on their behaviors and not sit there and try to come at the person that they're...
But they did, but they can't control it. Trust me, conversations probably was had. They still can't control it. And it's embarrassing.
Yeah, because if I gotta keep, if I have to keep initiating a conversation with you based off of those behaviors that are disgusting, those nasty behaviors that you have,
then it's desperate.
I don't need to be with you if I gotta keep addressing you on those levels as far as you smiling in women's faces, touching on women in certain ways that should not be touched. You know, gawking and looking around and doing all this extra stuff because I'm pretty sure
you're self-control.
Exactly. So what I ain't going to do is be nobody babysitter.
Oh, absolutely.
If my man gotta be loosey goosey, you ain't my man.
You ain't my man. I don't want you. Ain't invited.
Goodbye. Yeah, and that's why a lot of people don't invite their men and things out. Or they woman, they trashy women.
That's why I said women ain't no better.
No, they're not.
Women are not no better. They're sitting around acting like they so cool and acting like they all down for whatever you're down for. Even if they hear they girlfriend saying, "Girl, he do X, Y, Z. He's a drunk. He's a this." When we getting a drink, what are you asking this clown nigga? Like real talk. Like what are you asking him? Why would you ask when we getting a drink if I complain that he's an alcoholic? What we talking about around here? You know what I mean? Or, oh girl, he do such and such, and I'm like, oh, that's what's up. I like such a. No, you don't. You just heard me tell you that I didn't like that he does that.
And now here you go trying to prove that you're the better woman.
Or you the cool one. It's like y'all people.
Like what point is you trying to prove on those levels?
I don't know what be going on with people. I'm sorry.
And that's the boundary that's been crossed. It's like I've told you what's happening. And I've confided in you on a personal level, and here it is.
That's not cool.
You sitting here and didn't respect what I said.
So now you're gonna make it look like to him like I'm a complainer or I'm making a big deal out of things that's not a big deal. You nobody gets to tell nobody how they feel about things.
Absolutely.
None. And I'm just not that kind of person. I'm not giggling in your man's face. It's just get him and you.
Get him and get going. Watch out. Excuse me.
What? And again, it's cool. We all on the set. We
talking regularly.
Games, cards, whatever. We just vibing. Cool.
Yeah, get casual, regular conversation. But that's where it goes down to. Like, it's just sad because a lot of people don't understand boundaries and they're not knowing their place and not understanding like things are not cool. This is not cool. You're putting people in positions to make them feel uncomfortable at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And, you know, get a handle on your man or your woman at the end of the day if you feel like they doing things that they shouldn't be doing. And like you said, they don't have a handle on it. So it's like, well, I gotta keep revisiting the same thing. It's like, now it's time to get rid of it.
It's not that deep. You know, to look for attention elsewhere, right? Like, it's like, what would I come and look for from you? I'm not looking for anything. Like, some people really feel like it really fused them to know that if anything, like, oh, they think I'm cute, or I'm this.
The littlest thing they thriving off.
Like,
but you got people that will thrive off of attention, whether it's negative or positive attention at the end of the day. And that speaks volumes about this person's character anytime any little ounce of attention is given.
Especially people that's in relationships.
Oh, yes.
You know, people that's in relationships and they seek outside for to be praised, to be loved, to be acknowledged, to feel good about themselves. Like, that's sad to see a woman have to go somewhere else to be told they're beautiful.
But this is...
Or to tell they look nice or they smell nice. Or it's like, damn, like, your dude don't say that to you. Like,
right.
Or your woman don't uplift you. Or your woman don't say, damn, that haircut doing something to me. You know what I mean? Anything. Whatever I want to say about my mouth to you, that haircut was about to get you in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Or damn, you smell good. I'm gonna I smelled that cologne 100 times already. I like that.
But see, that's
you know
where...
what I mean? So stuff like that. Men want to be complimented too. You know?
Absolutely. And it's not just one-sided.
Yes.
But you know, this is where, you know, when certain things go on, this is where you have to look at your situation and assess your situation and sit around and re-examine what's happening and re-examine the reasons why you're in this relationship, right? And really put a list out and figure out what's happening and what's working and what's not at the end of the day. Because like we talked about in the previous podcast, when you sit here and not enforce things in relationships and you're not getting your personal needs met and your wants are not being met, at the end of the day, this is where you have to re-examine and reevaluate and put people on the chopping block, or either get rid of the relationship or either work to fix the situation if the situation is fixable at the end of the day, right? So this is where when people don't examine their relationships or, you know, reevaluate certain things, this is where the boundaries get crossed, because now you're not only that you're not looking at what's happening in your relationship, you're finding yourself in situations that you don't need to be in based off of you looking for things that you weren't getting. So here we go, you're breadcrumbing for the little bit of attention that you are getting from other people, and now you're trying to soak all of that up, and now you're looking desperate at the end of the day, and that right there is not cool. So either you fix it, or you, if it's fixable, or if not, you gotta part ways and stop forcing things. Because when you force things, now here it is, your man or your woman is seeking outside attention and looking for. That's where things start getting crossed. You know, you're not getting that praise. You're not getting that. Oh damn! Like, oh yeah, you look good. I like that. I like that. You know. Or just being motivated at the end of the day, you know? So that's just basically that.
Yeah, so the moral of the story is create those boundaries. You don't always have to vocalize them, but when you need to bring them to the forefront, please bring them to the forefront. It's so necessary. Because as cliche as it sounds, and it never get old, people only going to do what you allow. People only treat you how you let them treat you. You know, however you show up for yourself, people pick up on that. Whether you trashy, whether you know, easy to get over on, whether you so, you know, stuck in that's okay. They didn't mean any, always justifying. You know, I can list a million things here, right? But the important thing is to create boundaries. Boundaries eliminate so much disappointment, eliminate things being, you know, crossed out. Like, it eliminates so many different things. So just make sure you know what you want, how you want it, and what you need, and who you're surrounded by at the end of the day, and never be cool with something you're not cool with.
That part.
And that's just what it is. And this is Nash signing off.
It's signing off. Bye-bye.